Hello my dear students, welcome to CMIS online classes. In today's class, we'll start a new chapter from our English literature, chapter 4, Kabuliwala, written by a very renowned author, Rabindranath Tagore. The story tells us about bonds and relationships between people and whether they stand the test of time or not. But before I explain you the chapter, I would like to ask some questions about which you have to think and answer me. Okay, students? So tell me, what are the qualities that build healthy relationships? What, according to you, are needed to make our relationships with the people with whom we are closer than others a stronger one? We live in a family and we share special bonds with our parents and other family members. We find our family members standing with us whenever we face any difficulties in life. We all help each other during hard times. That means during the test of time, we always see our family members standing our side. But besides our family members, we also share good relationships with our neighbors in the society, friends in schools, offices, and also our relatives. They also help us in times of need and during the time when we are in difficult situations. This caring and being there in difficult times make our bonds stronger and our relationship grows stronger with the test of time. So again tell me, what qualities are needed to build healthy relationships? These qualities are loyalty, understanding, being there, communication, and etc. That means we have to be loyal and honest in our relationships. We should understand others and help them in needs. We have to be there at difficult times, and time to time communication is also needed to make healthy relationships. Understood, students? The chapter Kabuliwala also tells us about a pure relationship between a Kabuliwala, a fruit seller from Kabul who has been in Calcutta and earns by selling fruits and shawls made in Kabul, and a little Bengali girl, daughter of the narrator of the story. The story has been narrated by the father of the little girl, Minnie. He has narrated the story with first person pronouns. So, at the heart of the story is a huge but sentimental fruit seller, Rahmun, who strikes up an unlikely friendship with a little 5-year-old chatterbox of a girl. He instantly visits her. Perhaps she reminds him of his own little daughter, whom he has left behind in Afghanistan, the home place of the Kabuliwala. His feelings and emotions towards the little girl stand the test of time because his love for her remains intact even after the passing years. However, the little girl forgets him as she forges herself with other friendships and has no recollection and memory of the Kabuliwala at the end of the story. The narrator too, though not overtly, develops a bond with Kabuliwala as he feels amused by their unlikely friendship and friendly banter. His relationship with his daughter is that of a supportive father who humors her and cares for her. Relationships are tested by time, and how different people emerge from these tests reveal their attitude and sense of commitment. So, the same thing we are going to understand from this chapter also. To say about the characters of the story, there are three main characters in the story. The Kabuliwala, whose name is Rahmun and who belongs to Afghanistan and who has been to Bengal since many years and earns here by selling fruits and Afghani shawls. The another main character in the story is Minnie, the little 5-year-old girl who is often called chatterbox by her parents because of her talkative character. And the another main character in the story is the narrator himself, the father of the little girl Minnie. And to speak about the setting of the story is taken place at the narrator's home in Bengal. Now to speak about what is there in the story, what we are going to understand in the story, now I am going to explain the chapter. So the chapter tells us that the narrator's talkative 5-year-old daughter Minnie is fascinated by a Kabuliwala with whom she quickly develops a friendship after overcoming her initial fear. तो कहानी हमें इस बारे में बताते हैं कि कैसे एक 5 साल की लड़की जो बहुत बोलती है, जिसके कारण उसके फैमिली मेम्बर्स मोस्टली her parents, her father and mother calls her a chatterbox, वो कैसे एक काबुलीवाला के साथ दोस्ती बनाती है. वो लड़की जिसे हमेशा ये डर होती है कि वो जो काबुलीवाला है उसके जैसे आदमी जो अपने साथ बैग्स लेकर आए, उसे ये वहम होती है कि उस बैग्स में उसकी जैसे बाकी बच्चे होते हैं. उसके साथ ये डर हमेशा से पहले से होती है, लेकिन जब वो काबुलीवाला से मिलती है तो उसका ये डर गायब हो जाती है और बाद में ये दोनों मीन्स काबुलीवाला एंड मिनी together make a very good relationship as friends. The two people, Kabuliwala and Minnie, soon become close friends, much to the amusement of the father and the dislike of her mother. So ये जो दोस्ती होते हैं काबुलीवाला और मिनी के बीच, उसे देखकर मिनी का फादर जो नैरेटर है स्टोरी का, जो हमें ये कहानी बता रहे हैं, वो हमेशा अम्यूज रहते हैं. ओके, ही वॉज सो सरप्राइज टू सी द फ्रेंडशिप्स बिटवीन हिज डॉटर एंड द काबुलीवाला. एंड दिस फ्रेंडशिप इज अनलाइक्ड बाय द मदर ऑफ मिनी. द मदर ऑफ मिनी, she has been called a timid lady in the story because she always has a fear that whenever she hears a noise in the street or see people coming towards the house, she always makes a conclusion that they are either thieves or drunkards or snakes, tigers, cockroaches, caterpillars, etc. She even has doubt on the friendship of Kabuliwala and her daughter because she has doubt on Kabuliwala that whether he would kidnap her daughter, that means Minnie. Now Kabuliwala and Minnie have become very good friends. They would spend a lot of time with each other, laughing at jokes and indulging in make-believe. Minnie's mother would express her fears and doubts to her husband about the Kabuliwala as she was not very comfortable about the two of them spending time together, but the narrator does not listen to her. But one winter morning, the narrator hears an uproar in the street outside and sees the Kabuliwala being escorted away by the police for assaulting a customer who had refused to pay him for a shawl. लेकिन एक सर्दी के सुबह नैरेटर को आवाज़ सुनाई देते हैं सड़क से, और जब वो देखते हैं तो उसे दिखाई देते हैं कि काबुलीवाला को पुलिस पकड़ के ले जा रहा होते हैं। और उसे इसलिए पुलिस पकड़ कर ले जा रहा होते हैं क्योंकि उसके कस्टमर ने उसे शॉल का पैसा देने से इनकार करते हैं। इस कारण से वो उस कस्टमर के ऊपर टूट पड़ते हैं। As he was led away, he tried to joke with Minnie, saying that he was going to his father-in-law's house. He was sent to prison for a few years. तो उस समय जब काबुलीवाला को मिनी दिखाई देते हैं तो वो मिनी के साथ जोक करना शुरू करते हैं कि वो अपने ससुराल जा रहे हैं। एक्चुअली हियर फादर इन लॉज हाउस इज़ यूज्ड एज यूफेमिज्म। This word actually father-in-law's house was used by Kabuliwala in conversation with Minnie in their previous conversation, when Kabuliwala was trying to ask Minnie whether when she was about to get married. And also in our local sense we often understand that prison, jail as फादर इन लॉज हाउस। तो हम अपने यहाँ पर लोकल लैंग्वेज में क्या समझते हैं, ससुराल मतलब पुलिस का जेल। तो वो मिनी को बताते हैं कि वो अपने ससुराल जा रहे हैं। एक्चुअल में ही वॉज गोइंग टू द जेल। ओके, सो इस तरीके से क्या होते हैं, ही वॉज सेंट टू जेल, काबुलीवाला को जेल ले गया जाता है। अब इसी तरीके से दिन बीत जाते हैं, सालों बीत जाते हैं और मिनी अब बड़ी हो चुकी है। ओके, एज द years flew by, Minnie grew into a young lady and soon forgot her friend the काबुलीवाला। अब मिनी धीरे धीरे काबुलीवाला को भूल जाते हैं। ओके, she moved on to her new companions and soon she was to be married। अब मिनी बहुत बड़ी हो चुकी है और अब उसकी शादी का उम्र हो चुकी है। और जिस दिन मिनी का शादी होते हैं उसी दिन रहमान जेल से छूट जाते हैं और मिनी से मिलने उसके घर पहुंचते हैं। सो रहमान टर्न्ड अप एट देयर हाउस ऑन द डे ऑफ मिनीज वेडिंग एंड एक्सप्रेस्ड हिज विश टू सी हर। और वो मिनी के पिताजी से मिलकर, जो कि इस कथा का नैरेटर है, उसे मिलकर बताते हैं कि वो मिनी से मिलना चाहते हैं। Initially, the narrator was hesitant to allow the meeting, but when Rahman showed him a paper with his own little daughter's imprint on it, she sent for Minnie। जब पहली बार रहमान ये कहते हैं कि वो मिनी से मिलना चाहते हैं तो जो मिनी का फादर होते हैं वो थोड़ा हिचकिचाते हैं कि वो नहीं चाहते हैं कि रहमान मिनी से मिले। लेकिन जब रहमान मिनी के फादर को छोटे छोटे पन्ने दिखाते हैं जिसमें काबुलीवाला के अपने बेटी के हाथों का छोटे छोटे पंजों का इम्प्रेशन होते हैं, एंड ही ऑल्सो सेज, और वो कहते हैं कि जो मिनी है उसमें काबुलीवाला अपने जो बेटी होती है उसे देखती है। तो मिनी के फादर भी समझ जाते हैं और अंत में काबुलीवाला को मिनी से मिलने देती है। बट व्हेन शी कम्स शी डज नॉट रिकॉग्नाइज हिम एंड दिस सैडन्स द काबुलीवाला एज ही रियलाइजेस दैट हिज ओन डॉटर वुड हैव ऑल्सो ग्रोन अप बाय देन। लेकिन जब मिनी काबुलीवाला को नहीं पहचानती है तो काबुलीवाला दुखी हो जाते हैं, लेकिन उसी समय उसे भी ये समझ आ जाते हैं कि शायद अब तक तो उसका जो अपना बेटी होता है तो शायद वो भी अब बड़ी हो चुकी होगी। एंड फाइनली व्हाट हैपन्स एट द एंड ऑफ द स्टोरी, the narrator hands Rahmun a banknote asking him to go back to his own land and meet his own daughter whom he had not seen for years. और अंत में the narrator becomes very kind to Rahmun और वो अपने हाथ से रहमुन को कुछ पैसे दे देते हैं और उसे बोलते हैं कि वो पैसे लेकर वो अपने देश चला जाए, अफ़गानिस्तान चला जाए, अपने बेटी से मिले, अपने फैमिली से मिले जिसे वो सालों से नहीं मिले थे. So what we see in the story is the relationship that was made between these two people, Kabuliwala and Mini. From the side of Kabuliwala, the relationship stands the test of time. But when he comes to meet Mini at the end, Mini doesn't recognize him. So by the passage of time, by the time passes, the memory of Kabuliwala doesn't exist in the memory of Mini, which saddens the Kabuliwala, but at the same time he also realizes that his daughter whom he had not met since years would have also grown up younger. So what do you hope would have happened at the last? It would have happened that Rahmun also went back to his homeland, to Afghanistan, would have met his family, his daughter, and would have lived the happier life ever after. So understood, students? So this was all about the explanation of the chapter. I hope you have understood well the story and what actually the story wants to remind us about the relationships. So this much for today's class. Thank you so much.